G'day folks, it's Andrew Swift here and I'm going to do a little cooking segment for you. Today we're making nachos. I developed a bit of a reputation after camping at Gympie for a couple of years of having these late night nachos. Now it could have just been that we'd all had quite a few drinks, and let's face it, that's probably the main thing, but for a period of time afterwards people would often message me saying, Swifty, what's your special ingredient? Swifty, what's your secret? How do you make them so good? So first thing I've done is I've preheated. Put it on as high as it goes and let it sit for 10 minutes or so, get it nice and hot. So all you're gonna need, a couple of bags of corn chips. I like to mix up the flavors. Any brand, really. I mean, let's face it, musicians, you just get whatever's on special. You're gonna need some shredded cheese. I've got a bit of a mix here. I've got the good old tasty cheese as well as a pizza blend. Some good old-fashioned jalapenos for a bit of extra flavour, a bit of oomph. A couple of jars of salsa, and some sour cream for when it's all done. So the first thing you want to do, you want to pour some of these corn chips in here. I like to mix it up, so kind of a half a bag of each. You want to spread them out nicely. Make sure your hands touch every single chip. And then first things first, we're going to get ourselves some salsa. There we go, nice and easy. Now, I'm just going to grab a spoon here. I'm going to pour it out, just going to plop it out over the top. You basically want to use pretty much the whole jar on this first layer. Want some jalapenos. You want to drain those jalapenos, and because we're out in the bush, it's fine. I'm just going to spread some of those out over there. Nice even. Oop, not like that at all. Basically want a bit in every bite. That's what they taught us when I used to work in fast food, making burgers. Just want a bit in every bite. Now, there has been occasions on tour where we've chucked in some chorizo as well. But this was always a group nacho enjoyment, and there was often vegetarians, so we tried to keep it as friendly for everybody as we could. So, next thing to do here, I'm going to spread some cheese out. I know what you're thinking, revolutionary, right? Cheese on nachos. Who would have thunk it? I'm going to mix up. Thank you. Gonna mix up the cheese here as well. I like the pizza blend. So we're just you want to get it nice and cheesy. So there's the first layer. So I know what you're thinking. Where do you go from here? Well, easy. Do a second layer. Pour these chips on. Doesn't matter if you make a mess because the possums usually clean that up later. Once again, make sure you touch every chip. You know, that's where the real secret is, guys. Putting a whole lot of, a bit of yourself in there, a whole lot of love. Yeah. Got this. Let's see if I can get open this time. Yeah. All right. So once again, another layer of salsa. Don't forget to, lick the other bits off. Now we're going to do another layer of jalapenos, folks. I mean, basically, put as many on as you feel is right. Now, the last layer, you want more cheese. This is the real cheesy layer right here. This is where you let it all happen. Pizza blend as well. So we're going to put this in the oven right now, in the our barbecue oven. But we are going to dial the temperature right back down. We're going to make it sit at just below or just above the lowest temperature there, because you want to slow cook. In this thing, it's really easy to cook it too quickly and the bottom will burn. We're going to close this up and we'll come back to you shortly. Basically, you want to let it cook for, maybe a beer's length. I mean, unless you break cocks. If you break cocks, maybe leave it 2.5, maybe even 3 beers. Well, must be about time. So Tom Wolf, if you're watching, it's about 4 drinks for you, mate. Oh, yeah. So I think the real key to this is the smokiness that gets in those chips, and that's due to the uncleaned baby Q. So feel free to add guacamole for sure. I think these will be just about ready to go. So that's how you make the infamous late night nachos from the CMC campsite at Gympie. Like I said, not much to it. It's nachos, folks. Anyone can do it. But a big thanks to KIX for being so curious as to how I make them and asking me to do this little cooking segment for you. Now you can all do it yourself at home, because I'm sure it was always something you struggled with, and I'm just glad that I could be a part of the solution. So thanks guys, enjoy your nachos.